the slider, the frog pose. So this is the classic deep hatha stretch, which means that we will be in some awkward positions and stay there for some time. But as like any other pose, any other sequence, this is actually we warm up through a deep hatha Surya Namaskar stretch, and then of course goddess pose, Skandasana, pigeon, and the lizards, all this stuff. So just keep your towel handy, but we also do the frog pose and closing sequence as usual, some core activity and followed by twist. So good morning, yogis. Let's sit on the mat. Close your eyes and gently take your focus at each part of your body and fill it with the pranam. Take your focus to your toes, make it heavy and sink. Gradually moving from your toes to shin to knees. Knees get heavier and they can be at the same level as your hips or lower. Remove any block, any hold on your sit bones, and you're melting onto the mat, very heavy. Focus on your belly, Manipur chakras, heart chakra. Release all the bandhas. And take your focus on your tip of your nose. Eyes are very gently open and then focusing on the tip of the nose. Now invoke your own personal mantra in your mind. Every chant, calm yourself down, disconnect completely from everything that you have left behind. Very, very gentle and quiet breathing. Let go any plans that you have. Don't create any thoughts. Don't process any thoughts. Don't follow any thoughts. Let them simply come and go. State of complete calmness. Release your shoulders and they get heavier and pulling. Extending your neck, spine straight. Start breathing deep. Breathe out deep. Breathing long and deep. Breathe out long and deep. Breathe in for 8. Hold for 4. Sip a little bit more. Breathe out for 8. Last one, breathe in for 8. Hold for 4. Sip a bit more. Breathe out for 8. Thumb hand to your chest, thumb touching the heart center, chin down. Opening mantras. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanam Shalakaya Chakshumilitam Yenam Tasmai Namaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Shri Guru Deva Namaha Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste. Vibration, energize your body, set your intention for today's practice. Thank you all for joining me on the mat this lovely day. Dedicating my practice to myself, my loved ones. Eyes closed, taking my hand to the side and lifting my hand from the side, breathing in to take it up to the ceiling. Take my gaze up to look at the thumb and then take it out from the side. Opening my chest, taking my hand behind. It's up. From the front, take my hands down. Last one, hands on the side. And down. Left and right knee, twist towards the right. Sleep from the spine. Look back. Center. Right hand on the left knee. Behind. Open the chest. Look back. Chair breathing. Breathe in your steady spine. Breathe out this. Center. Go to all four very quickly. All four. Tuck your toes. Take your hips to the heels. Deep, take it back. Take it back. Lift your hips up and let it go. Come back. All four. Take your hips deep back on your heels. Push the mat. Go deeper. Take your head close to the mat. And lift your hips up. Curl. Come back. Now, take cat cow. Breathe into cat. Sit down. Cow. Cat. Cow. Last one, breathing for cat. Round your spine. Hips, and your head is down. Chest. Cow. Lift your head up. Hips up. Chest lengthening. Look towards the ceiling. Then very gently take a few rotation of your hips. Go to your right. To the back. left, center, right, left, center, right, back, left, center, reverse, left, beat down, right, center, left, just warming up our body, center, last one, come to tabletop, again push your mat against it from your palms and against your toes, tucking your toes and lift your knees for 5 breaths. Stay here, hover your knees 6 inches from the mat. 1, keep pushing the mat from your toes and from your fingers. 2, holding the body from your core, energizing it, ugly within your core. 5, and with control, very, very gently come to your first downward facing dog. Your heels are still lifted. Push your right heel down, left knee bend, push the mat and then extend spine, take the head down to the mat. Look towards your right and the other leg, lifting your right heel up, pushing the left heel back and down. Look towards your left, pushing the mat, lifting your hips up. So a very active pose on your left feet, left leg, pushing the mat, lifting your hips further. Now walk your dog a few times, exactly same sequence. Keep pushing the heels to the ground and taking head close to the mat and lifting your hips up. Gradually transitioning into Parvatasana, mountain pose, down facing dog. Just use this moment to energize anything that you need to wake up today. Back, upward facing dog, toes, like a wave, lift your toes, take your head to the front of the mat, and then down facing. The last one, lift your heels up on your toes very high, and then like a wave, come to the front, drop your hips down, come to it, upward facing dog, lift your hips up, and then take as high as possible on your toes, go back, down facing dog. And now stay here for a few breaths, pushing the heels to the ground, energizing your body. Spine is straight. Ensure that your shoulders are away from your ears. So you have to open your shoulders wide, and then you will find a gap between your ears and your shoulder. Then take your head down. If possible, see, can you take your elbow down? Go up, and then with control, straight leg, walk as far as possible in front of the mat. Flat back, halfway, feet are hip distance apart. Taking your gaze to the front of the room. Your legs are very active. We open our hips by bending the left knee and planting the left palm on the ground. Straightening the right knee. The hands up. Right hand up, left knee bent. Left knee is on your left armpit. Not twist. Go deeper and deeper. This pose is very good for people who sit on the desk for a long time. Again, take your right hand down, right palm on the ground, right knee bends, left feet straightens. Take your left hand up, push your palms to the ground, twist, and then your left leg, twisting, down, vertebrae by vertebrae, bending the knees and very, very gently up. Enjoy this sensation, close your eyes, come to Samasthiti, hands front, palms facing the front. Take your both the toes touching, heels are a little bit distance apart. Lift your toes up, drop it down, heels up it down. Now without moving anything, focus at one point. Can you stay here for 5 minutes? Calm yourself down before we dive into our Surya Namaskar. Get to our Hatha Style Surya Namaskar, 2 rounds. Each pose go to deeper and deeper. And cross your limit, challenge your limits. Hand on the chest, breathe in, breathe out. Now breathing, take your hands up. Bend back, take your hands behind you, take your arms behind your ears, opening the chest, showing the chest to the ceiling. Hips forward. Extend your arms further to the back of the room. Forward fold, hinging from your hips, chest is straight, gently with control. Your fingers are coming close to the ground or touching the ground. And bend your knees and flatten your palms and then straighten your knees. It is very heavy, towards the seat, to the ground. Halfway lift up and take your right feet back, 4.5 feet. Down and then plant your palms next to your left toe and you lift up. Don't dump any weight on your shoulder, on your thighs. Lift up. Keep sinking your hips down and extending. Plant your hands, come to down facing dog. Heels to the ground. High plank. Stanga. Knees, chest and chin down. Untuck your toes, come to Bhujangasana. Your knees are, elbows are bent, close to your rib cage. Pushing the mat from your toes and extending from your hips. Come to down facing dog. Parvatasana. Right leg coming between your palms. Left knee down. Untuck your toes. Lift your hands up. With balance, again take your hands next to your ears and then your toes turn back. Keep pushing your hips down. Plant your hands next to your toes. Untuck your toes. Left leg meets the right front. Flat palms. Bend your knees. Head to knees.
hands up, bend back. Breathe in, down. Breathe in, hands up. In, arms next to your ears, and then bend back. Forward fold, bending from your hips. Bend your knees and plant your hands. Left leg go back, 4.5 feet. Control, knee down, and touch your toes. Plant both the palms next to your toes and look up. Keep extending the thighs, sinking your hips down. Deep stretch on your thighs. Down facing dog, plant your hands, tuck your toes, and then right feet meet the left one, the back. Now push the mat and take your heels down. Extending the spine, taking the hips very high. Gradually transition into high plank. In the high plank, the hip and the shoulder at the one line. Knees, chest and chin down, Ashtanga Namaskar. Untuck your toe, come to Bhujangasana. Again, very active Bhujangasana. Your hands are not holding any weight. Everything is on your spine and your lower back. Down facing dog. Left leg come in between your palms. Right leg go down. Hands up. Hands next to your ears and then bend back. Keep sinking, taking the left knee ahead of your left toes. Plant your hands. Right knee. Right feet comes and connects to the left. Hands up to the chest. Take it down, take hands up. Bend back. Forward fold. Right leg go back 4.5 feet. Take the knee down, hands up. Down facing dog. High plank. Chest and chin down. Cobra. Down facing dog. Right leg between your palms. Feet down, hands up. Breathe in. Hands up. Legs will come under your toes. Left meets the right. Hands up to the chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, hands up. Forward fold. Left leg go back. Look up. Down facing dog. High plank. Breathe out. Ashtanga. Upper facing dog. Breathe in. Down facing dog. Left leg come between the palms. Knee down and hands up. Breathe out, hand next to your palm. Breathe in. The leg means the left one. The hands up. Yes. Namaste. Find your palms, front. Keep the belly tight. Enjoy the sensation and ultimately stomach. One hand on your waist. Go to first we go to Vrikshasana. Focus your gaze at one point in the front, and with control, take all the weight on the left feet. Right knee bent. Gradually lift the right knee up. Hold the ankle. And take it. Take the toes, feet, and the groins. Keep focusing at one point. Straighten your left knee. And keep pushing the inner thigh with your feet. Keep focusing at one point. Extend your chest. Extend your feet. And then just calm down. Calm down. Calm down. 2, 4, 5. And then if possible, take your hands up. Keep focusing at one point. Keep pushing your inner thigh. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands on chest. Head down. Just redo. Again, focus at one point in front of you. Hand on your waist. Put all the weight on your right feet. Open your toes and drop it down. So your feet is strong like a pillar. And then you lift your left knee up. Hold the left ankle from the left hand. Then focus at one point. Keep focusing at one point and breathe normally, breathe slowly. Hand on the chest. Keep pushing. The more you push towards the inner thigh and focus at one point, you get your balance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now Vrikshasana. Both the hands open up like a bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands on the chest. Control. Take the knees in the front, and then drop it down. Just reach a little bit. Hand on your waist. As we come to our goddess position, take your right feet 4.5 feet back. Both the feet facing to the front, to the side of the room. Now take your toes out and heels in. Toes out and heel in. And then sinking on your hips by taking both the elbows on your knees. Use your elbow to push the knee, open your knees to outside. Then with control, you can stay here. See, can you take your hips down a bit? We will be in this position for some time. So with each breath, sink a bit more. Each breath, use the elbow to push the knee out. Sink your hip a bit more. Now take your hand and hold your ankle from front and then push it further. Sink your hip, go to a deep stretch, opening your hips. Then with control, lift your feet up. Then take your hands out, both hands up on the side, towards the ceiling, and under the waist. This time we go to sit on the side, Skandasana. Extend your feet a bit further. Your left toes is 45 degrees. And then you first bend. Take your hands down. And with control, using your hand as a balance, try to sink it towards your left side. Use your towel as a support underneath your left heel. Your hips is down and your body is front. Both the feet are flat. Use your towel. Open your toes. Right toe is facing the ceiling. Use your hand as a balance. You can be on your toes if that's too much. You can be on your toes, but use your towel under your heels. These are the poses for strengthening your core. Keep pulling the feet and toes towards your face so that your right leg is straight and solid. Take your chest high. Now drop your hands in the front. Then slowly use your hand as a balance to release any tension on your legs. This time your right leg is 45 degrees. And then you sink towards your right side. Hips, both the feet are flat to start with. Use your towels. You can be on your toes, but try to push it from the heels. Not easy the first time, but after a few times it gets easier. The more you open your chest, the more you find a solid. Your abdomen becomes strong. Now, slowly with control, take your toes to the ceiling and pulling the toes towards your face. Hands down and come to your first child pose. Front of the mat, your feet next to each other. Stand. Go to child pose. Just move your hips left and right. Release anything on your knees, release anything on your feet. Elbows down and down. Five. Come to all four. Come to all four. High plank. Take your right feet in between your palms. Put your left feet down. Left feet down. Right foot down. First one. Just keep extending. Keep extending. Pushing. Keep it down. And take both the hands on your right knee. Keep pushing. Straighten your hands. Flexible people, take your hands on your chest, take your hands up, and lean back. Hands, both the arms are next to your ear. Keep sinking a bit more. Ardha Hanumanasana. Hands to the chest. And twist towards your right. Take your left elbow outside the right knee. Arms. This is option 1. Option 2, tuck your toes and lift your knees up. Tuck your toes and lift your knees up. Lean forward, keep leaning forward. Keep leaning forward. Now the trick is push the palm against each other and then you open up and take your thumbs close to your chest. Then you get a nice and deeper stretch. Use your palm as an anchor. Even though if you can't do the knee down, but the same thing, just use the palm to push against each other to get a deeper stretch. Look down, put the hands inside. Now this time tuck your toes and now sit on your back heel. Tuck your toes and take your hips down and open your toes up. You will not reach to the heels, but you will take your toes to the ceiling. Sink your hips further and further. Palms flat on the mat. Take your nose to the knees. Surrender and enjoy the sweet pain. Come back to front. Asana again. This time use your right hand on the top of right knee. Open your toes. So your big toes is lifted. And then extend. Push your knees to the side. Straighten both the arms. And twist towards the right to look back. Very, very gentle twist. If you want to go deeper, keep pushing the knee down and down. Otherwise, just go to your limit. Keep sinking your hips down. Come back to center. Get both the palms, by both the palms next to your toes. Lean forward. And this time, bend your left knee so that your left toes is lifted. Use your right hand to touch the knees, touch the toes, and pull it towards your hips. Keep leaning forward. Keep leaning, taking the hips closer to your hips, heels closer to the hips. Sinking. Extend your chest, extend your spine. Put it down. And this time take both the hands inside. Come to our lizard. Both the hands inside, the right feet is outside. Go back and forth, just keep shifting your hips down. Take your back feet lower. The first try is take your left elbow down. Left elbow down. Keep extending your chest, taking the head down. And take the right elbow down. Surrender. The hips is very heavy. Head is leaning forward and forward and forward. Feet are straight. your spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Both hands inside again. Then come to pigeon. So wrist in front of your toes, just wriggle your right feet. Come towards the left, behind your left wrist. The right feet is behind the left. Drop your knees down. First one, sink your hips. Push both the palms on your right palm on the right knee, left palm on the right toes, and lift up. Flexible people, or you can take a towel to give you support under your hips so that you get a much stable landing. Then you lean forward. Forward, try to push the back feet further by 6 inches. And sink your hips down. Try to take a sit bone. With each breath in, extend your spine and take your head down. Enjoy this deep sensation on your right hips. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back onto the mat. Touch your left toe. Lift your left heel. And very, very consciously transition into your down facing dog. Oh. If you want, you can take your knees down if you want. And just enjoy the sensation. One feet looks different, one side feels different than the other. Counter pose, walk your dog. Walk your dog. Get alignment back. Come to Stanga Namaskar, take your high plank. Chest and chin down. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Get your breath back. Last breath. And take your left feet in between your palm. And feet in between your palms. Again, keep taking your hips down. Sinking, just get into the position. Once you get your grounding form, hands up. Put your hands on your knees. Straighten your arms. Number 1. Number 2, hand on your chest. Lift your hands up and lean back. 1. Take your arms next to your ears and then shine your chest to the ceiling. Both the hips are parallel. Sinking down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back. You twist. So this time, twist towards your left. Right elbow outside the knees. Put both the palms on top of each other. The right arm is pushing the left palm firmly down. Twist a bit more. Lift your knees up or flat. Forward. Keep sinking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down, down, up. Tuck your toes and then sit on your heels, stretching your right feet, left feet straightening, taking the toes to the ceiling. Wherever it goes, 1, keep pulling the toes towards the ceiling so that your left feet is very active. Flat palms, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go back again, forward. Take your left hand on the left knee. Open your left knee down. Feet is lifted, big toe is lifted. Push it down. Pushing, keep sinking. One, each breath you keep pushing the knees out. Don't dump your weight on your right hand. Even out. 2, look back. 3, 4, take the hips further, the heavy hips, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back, put the hands inside now. The feet is in between hands. Bend your left knee, swing your left hand to hold the right knee, right. Toes, push it down, pull it, take your feet forward, trying to touch the heels to your hips, forward. Your weight is shifting not from your knees, but a little bit like inch ahead of knees. 1, sink, keep sinking, keep stretching. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Drop it down. Both the hands come between. Come to lizard. Lizard pose. First you take your right elbow down, then stretch spine, stretch your lower back. Keep looking forward. Your gaze should be to the front. That helps you to bend further. Ensure that your feet is straight. It doesn't open up. You are stretching and one feet in one straight line. 1, lean forward, take your chest closer to the ground. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back. Slowly, 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 very controlled, without any jerk. and then we get to our pigeon. Wriggle your left toe behind your right wrist. Drop your knees down. So the left knee is behind your left palm. The left toe is behind your right palm. Pushing the body back. First one, open your chest. Take both the hands on your feet. Open your chest. Look up. And once you have this balance, and then with control, like a pigeon, down. Here on the mat, extend your arms further. Spine, sink your hips down, sink your chest down to the middle of the mat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Control. Very, very gentle. Move back. Arms on the mat. Tuck your toes. Lift your chest up. Put the weight on your palms. Lift your knees up. And then very, very gentle. Feet meeting right foot at the back. Walk your feet. If it's too much, drop your knees down. Swing from one side to other. Maybe rotate. Whatever works to you to get your alignment back. Focus to your hips on our body for such deep stretches. Stay on this tabletop. Again, take both the palms down and fingers facing towards your knees. Fingers facing towards the knees, thumbs are pushing and fingers are pushing. Either you can go and sit on your heels or get to downward facing dog. When you come to downward facing dog, still push the heels to the ground. A very awkward downward facing dog. And stretches your wrist. Two, 3, 4, push your heels down. 5, please don't injure yourself, do your limits. 8, 9, the knees down. Sit on your heels first. And take your hands, twist and rotate. Let go of any stretch, let go of any lock. Both the elbows are touching, you're just using your wrist to rotate. Now, first one in the series, seated Vajrasana series. So use your towel to sit. Use your towel, fold it to your liking, as high as you need to. Then when you put on the towel, take your heels out. Heels out, knees coming to each other, touching each other. It doesn't matter how high you need to make your towel, or even a break, or whatever, or even a pillow. It makes it much stable. Take your heels out. Your hips are on the towel or on the mat. to the mat. Hold this. Just enjoy this pose like this. Calm down your breath. Or you take your hands back, lean back. Open your chest. If you want to go further, take your elbow down. Elbow down, head straight. Sink. Put the weight on your towel or on the ground on the sit bones. Extend your chest. Remove any arch on your lower back. If you want a little bit more, then sit flat back on your back. Whichever position you are in, push the knees to the ground, sit bone onto the ground, open your chest, remove any arch on your lower back. If you want to take your hands up, take your hands up. 1, remove any arch on your lower back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back slowly and straight away get to downward facing dog as a counterbalance. Downward facing dog as a counterbalance. Oh. Downward facing dog, counterbalance, walking dog. Come to Uttanasana, the camel pose. Put the knees on the ground. Use your towel to support your knees. Put your towel to protect your knees. We have 2 of this today. Tuck your toes or untouch your toes. One is the straight and the second is the twisted. Okay, pushing. Think about a wall in front of you and you're pushing the body to the imaginary wall. Uttanasana is from your thigh, from upper body, not from your waist and the spine. So take your right hand up, swing it, and take it to your right heels. If it doesn't happen, people with a lower back problem, they just take your hand behind, fingers facing to the ceiling, and pushing this from your palm. Number 1, or you can make a fist and push it forward. 2, but keep taking your head down. That's 3 options. 4th option is untouch your toes. Tucking my toes, hands up, right, putting the toes, left hand, putting the toes. Once you hold, keep pushing the body to front, head down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down, and then the waist. Very, very quickly, child pose. 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back on Uttanasana. In hands by the side, aeroplane. Turn towards your right. Take your right hand on the left knee, left to our heels, and use your left hand. Eventually should be going close to on the top of my heel, but naturally not possible. Twist, keep twisting. 1, 2, keep twisting. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back. Just enjoy the twist and sensation and stretch. Again, aeroplane hands. In, down. Twist, turn towards the left. Take your Left hand on top of the right heel, and the right hand take it by the side of the body, take the gaze back, keep pushing forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back to center. Now come back, sit on your heels. And now we will just transition into our frog pose. And the final would be the spinal twist. So take your towel at the front, or maybe fold your wherever it goes. You need a sliding position here. So I'm going to fold my mat, take it by the side. Enjoy. First one. Take your left or right, whichever on the towel, and then hand exactly under your shoulders. So it's like a awkward position, which is not really like a tabletop. Untuck your toes, take both the toes to the side, open the toes to the side. Now slide forward. Every breath in, sliding sideways. Keep sliding sideways. Open your toes to the side. Oh my God. Keep sliding. Now with this, now take your elbow down so that you can lean in forward. Keep sliding. If you think you have reached to your limit, then push 3 inches further. Eventually, you should be flat on the mat. Like a frog, both the toes are farther away from your knees. It's much easier when you bring it closer to the knees or close inside, but no, we got to be outside. And once you surrender here, 1, and consciously put a little bit farther. You can do it. I know you can do it. Every time you think you've reached your limit, and then you start breathing normally without any pain, then you can push 2 inches further. 1, 2, sink your hips lower and down and down. 3, 4, 5. Now, with this position, take your hips 3 inches back without moving anything. 1, 2, and 3. Keep leaning back now, not forward. 1. Then you lock. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, without changing anything, just here and then slide forward. The legs are still wide, and then you slide forward and land on your belly. Land on your belly with both the feet as wide as you can. Both the feet are outside. Now put both the hands next to your rib cage and then lift your chest up. Oh, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Drop it down, take both the knees together, get back to your mat, and do your windscreen, and let go of anything. Your windscreen. Do your windscreen. Your legs, and you can do Sarvasana as the closing sequence today. And the first time and twice, just hands by the side. You can take it back, you can take it front, whatever works. Most easy pose is take it back, chin to the chest, your knees or your toes to the mat. First, you extend your chest so that there's deep extension of your spine. We don't want a contraction of your spine, we want extension of the spine, and then lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop it down. Makarasana, take your head on the right side, shoulders down. Release any tension on your lower back. Before we go to second round. 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, chin to the chest. This time, extend your arms sideways or like this, like swimming pose. Both the arms are extended. Now, 1, 2, lift up. 1, 2. Again, lift your chest up. Lift your leg up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And down. This time your head on the left side. Makarasana, resting pose, shoulders down. Remove any arch on your lower back. Toes. 2, 3, 4, 5. Head again into the chest. This time take both the hands front. So both the hands front, both the legs wide. It's like you're skydiving. Again, first you extend your chest and spine. Chin down. Breathe in. Breathe down. Now breathe in and lift up. Lift your hands up, leg up, skydiving. 1. Extend your leg, extend your arms. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Drop it. Again, take to Makarasana. Shifting the legs, left and right, right and left, right. We did a lot of shoulder opener yesterday, so we will not do today. Just take a spinal twist. Come back on your back, rest on your back. Extend both arms to the side. Bend both the knees, right knee on top of left. And again, take a Garudasana clasp to get a deeper stretch. Once you have this, Garudasana clasp. Again, extend, remove any kind of arch on your lower back. Extend your hands. Take your knees close to your chest and then drop it towards your left. Drop it towards the left. Take your gaze towards the right. Use your hand to take the knees down. Shoulders down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back to center. Then untangle the legs. Enjoy the twist. This time we take our right and left feet on top of right. And then wrap it or unwrap it or whatever works today. All is good. If you're taking it, if you're clasping it, tapping it around your shin, then lift your knees and bring it close to the chest, and then take it up and down towards your right, your big hip left. You start hearing a lot of noises coming from your spine. Back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back, unravel the legs. Now we will just take rock and roll. Take the chest, knees to the chest, tap it around, and then back and forth. Massage your lower back. Not touching the ground, just gently landing, going back, landing, going back, landing, going back, landing, and now sit in the front. Just close your eyes, get to your most comfortable position, and let's see. Look at, scan your body. Think about the poses that you did, could never imagine before start of the practice. Just normalize your breath. We will do a long round of Anuloma-Viloma to balance our breathing on both nostrils. Before that, just take focus on every part of your body that you have taken to its limit. Practice a lot today. Our lower part of the body, used our shoulders, Surya Namaskara to energize every part. Use meditation to fill ourselves with calmness. Use our breathing to inhale positive prana, sinking ourselves onto the mat with very heavy hips. Take your palms in front of your face. Close the two fingers and the little finger, ring finger open. Now close our left nostril. Breathe in from the right. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out from the left. 8. 6, 4, 8, 6, 4, 8, 6,
6, 8, 6, 6, 8, 6, 8, 6, 6, 8, 6, 8. Please just close your eyes and then take a few rounds of Prastika pranayama to get back our normal breathing. Fill ourselves with positive prana. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Last one, breathe in, breathe out. Observe the sensation, changes, what's happening in the past 75 minutes in your body. Deep meditative position, breathe very quietly and normally. Without nose. Sit down and then take your hands to your Namaskar mudra. Down, shoulders down. Let's do our closing prayers. Om Sarvasya Prabhu Mata Sarvam Pravarvati Iti Matva Bhajanti Mam Bhuta Bhava Samarkata Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Vahe Vrindavanashwari Vishwabhanu Sudhi Pranama Hari Chaitanya Chandra Namaste. Deep breath in and breathe out. Om. Come to a third eye. Head down, bone down. Thank you all for joining practice with me today. Thank you to our gurus. Thank you to our parents. Thank you to people who have influenced our lives. We send our love, dedication, kindness, positive energy to the people whom we have dedicated this practice to. Thank you to Pang, Father of Yoga.
Hari Om Tat Sat, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. And without any jerk, slowly lie down on the mat for your finishing Shavasana. Take your legs mat width distance apart, arms 3 feet wider from your body. Curl your fingers, take your toes out and drop it down towards the mat. Your hips are very heavy and melting onto the mat. Remove any arch in the lower back. Drop your shoulders to the ground, look towards the left, look towards the right, look towards your left, look towards your right, and extend your neck, drop it down, and then transition into your Savasana. Let go